source, default, this guy. Done. Okay, now you can hear me. There we go. Oh, but I'm also... Why can you hear me twice? Oh, because I'm over here. Hello. Oh, hi. Wait, are you... I see you, Zeka. Where... Hold on a second here. Hello. Am I tenor? Your chat's not showing up in Streamlabs. But hello. Hi. The man is back at it. He is back at it. But I changed my username, and I think it's confusing Streamlabs. So your chat is not... It's showing up on whatever it is, Twitch, but not in the whatever. But where are you? I don't... This is weird. I'm not... Stream chat, read only. It says connecting to chat. Double T. That's me. Thank you. It is unique and hard to spell, which is bad for like search engine optimization or whatever. But like, I don't know. The Professor Laser name was fun, but like people kept being confused about like thinking I studied lasers, which like makes sense. And I'm kind of like, you know, it's like John Mathis is my actual human name, so that's good. But I think I'm gonna have like I should be taking notes. Is what I should be doing. Oh shit! What up, Kyle? I figured you might be someone I knew. Welcome to chat. I haven't been on like a dog's age, but I am on now. All right. So I didn't actually have a plan for this stream. I was just like, I do have a plan. I'm gonna start streaming again weekly. I'm thinking like Thursday afternoon, Eastern U.S. time, is probably about the time it's gonna be, and my plan is to basically, so like this guy up here, these videos up here, this is the state of the art of the what I am now calling the free mocap system. And it is coming right along, and to the point where it's probably gonna get something like a public release. I'm thinking like Thursday, July 22nd, I think is going to be the date for that. So if I do this, you know, weekly on Thursdays afternoons, yeah, right? It's been a while. It's kind of, you know, I'm like an academic person, so like everything winds up taking, you know, couple multiplicative factors longer than expected. But yeah, like it's, you know, the mocap stuff is kind of at a point now where like I can kind of just push the button and record myself and like get something that looks something like the videos you see above. It's not quite clean enough to be like turnkey for like the general population, but it's getting there, and I think it is to the point where it's like time to start sharing. And even if it's the kind of thing that like it's not what as they call enterprise ready, meaning like a lot of people are ready to use it, I think it's, you know, it's been under wraps for long enough. So my plan is to do like I got kind of a plan. I've got like a list of work to do over the next month, and once that's prepared, I'll just do I'll like start. I'm gonna make like a Reddit post, and yeah, and then start basically like building up try to build up a whole, you know, user base and open source. What's it called? Vibe. What's it called? Open source community. That's the one. Corridor Digital. Who's Corridor Digital? Let me look that up. Corridor digital. See, this is why I come on Twitch, is people tell me about things. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. What is a... Oh, I see. So these are kind of... Actually, I don't see what this is. I'm not sure what this is. Ah, I see, I see. Cool. Yeah, I mean, I kind of want to do that. Like, I was thinking, like, that's not really my skill set is like making the short films, but I kind of want to start working with stuff. Oh, hey, Kylie. How you doing? Welcome to this impromptu stream, wherein I discovered that everything is not quite as I left it. Look at this thing. It's nice, right? It's what's it called? That's what they call a flow chart. Aw, he's so sweet. I kind of miss doing them too. It's kind of like, it's like one of those classic things where like I like overthink it, because it's kind of what I do. But you know, like this is kind of a like I said, it's kind of like a shakedown. Just kind of like push the button, see how it goes. One thing I've discovered is that my Streamlabs is a little broken. I think because I changed my username and some stuff. I see, Zega. I know. I catch your angle. Yeah, I've worked with some animators, and let's see, quarter of digital. I mean, and this is the kind of... Yeah, I see. So this is the kind of folks that, like, I kind of want to be... Yeah, definitely will. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, getting mocap into the hands of, like, folks... Because that's the problem with motion capture, is, like, it's just expensive. It doesn't really need to be. I mean, it does... I mean, it is, so... But I think, like, the stuff that we're looking at here... I mean, this is, like, no cost. It's just... you know, whatever cameras you can grab, which in this case is like $80 for the webcams, and then like, you know, realistically like a reasonably powerful computer. But if you're making short films, you probably have a computer that can handle it. And that's actually in some future stuff, I think even those like hardware requirements are kind of going to go away. But that's a whole vibe. What's I going to do? I'm going to take notes on stuff. Let's see. I'm gonna say Twitch. This is Obsidian, by the way. It's a great little piece of software for Markdown. Twitch to do. I need two. What do I need to do? I need to. What do I need to do? I think I'm going to switch set up. This is Streamlabs OBS. OBS Studio for streaming to Twitch and YouTube and Theta.tv, which I don't think Theta TV is really a vibe, but it's like at least it's an attempt at a decentralized Twitch, so I feel like I want to at least dip my toes there. I guess I could plan stuff out, but I don't know. That's probably enough for now. What else am I doing? Realistically, that's the only thing. That's not really a list. It's just one item. But yeah, let's talk about... alternatively I could fix this, which I don't know. I've never been like 100% satisfied with Streamlabs, which is how I'm streaming now. But when I tried a little bit with OBS, which is like a open source thing, so that's nice, but also it was a little bit janky, which is not ideal either. So I might just want to bite the bullet and go and just like fix this one up. But I've been saying that for since I started doing this, which was like I think like October. When did I start at Twitch? I don't really remember. Minimally, I need to fix this. I think I need to log out and log back in to Streamlabs to get it to work, because I changed my username again, as I mentioned. Look at that. That's data. It's a different thing. It's not relevant to this project, but it's okay. What am I doing? What am I doing, actually? I think... What would I be doing if y'all weren't on, if I wasn't streaming? I guess I'd be plotting something. That's right. I wish I had the computer that had the camera set up. I guess I can run stuff. I can run an old data set. Let's do that. This is the state of the art of the free mocap system. Except not that. That? Yeah, that. Okay, let's see. Let's just see what happens if I do skip number 1. Let's just start from scratch. Let's go to number 2 and hit run. And oh, it doesn't like it. No, it's like it. It likes it fine. I think I stopped streaming sometime around. Yeah, look, there you go. See, looking good enough for government work, as they say. A lot of this code is like super duper slow, but that's okay. I have like a list of stuff I'm supposed to be doing, but I don't really want to do it. Oh, that's not going to start today. I'm going to start like sort of scheduling that out for next week. The only thing I had on my docket for this week was sort of click the button on Twitch and see how it goes. So hello. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do. I think I can do a whole tutorial thing. I don't know. This is the kind of thing like. So I'm sort of planning for a launch of what's effectively I'm imagining as the like the version of this stuff. See, look, it's got. Oh, that's what I should be doing. That's what I should be doing, and that's what I will do. I should start the gripe sheet, which is the software that currently exists is like pretty good. It does work mostly, but I need to start. But there's like little gripes I have that are both related to like just like little things I need to do that would not be hard but just need to do, and I'm gonna start those. I'm gonna delete this folder because it doesn't really do anything. Free mocap, new guy. Free mocap gripe sheet, and I'm gonna move you into here. What are my gripes? My gripes are what's going on? Is this? Okay. Gripes that I have. How do I do that? Is that like this? How do I do that? How do I make a checkbox? Control P. Check. Oops, oops, oops. Check. How do you make a checkbox? Oop, don't do that. What do I do here? What's it called? Mark down checkboxes. There we go. Dash space, open bracket, space, close bracket. Okay. Dash space. Oh, there we go. Checkbox. See? Was that so hard? First grade. I should be putting these elsewhere, but it's kind of easier to do that. First grade. Better Charuco debug plot. Display. Add image background to tracked points. I know this doesn't really make a lot of sense, but someday it will. This like grid of dots here represents the view of this sort of checkerboard pattern in each of the images. But there's no way to know that because it's like abstracts. Like this would kind of like, it's the kind of thing like this makes sense to me, but it wouldn't make sense to anybody else. Add subplot titles and axis labels. So like this is the kind of things that I need to be doing now, is like preparing this for like people who are like outside of the immediate development team, so that these things are actually useful to the world. Not hard to do, but does need to be done. Anyway. Ba-doom. So now we got, let's see what we got here. So this is calibrating the cameras, meaning like sort of figuring out. So there's 4 cameras here. Oh, that's something else I need to do. Change matplotlib output to show 4 camera images. In some way. I don't really know exactly how. So this is what's going on. Sort of the stuff scrolling down here. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. How do I do this? F1 inline. Debug inline. Oh, there you go. Look at this guy. And this is showing, this sort of grid is showing the 3D position of the Charuco board. Charuco board is this guy, but bigger. And it is showing, and it looks good. Looks like a grid, which is what you want. So that means that the reconstruction is working reasonably well. Hi, Mom. How are you? And then this is parsing JSONs into data frame per camera. Change progress bar stuff to be more informative. This is another thing I gotta do. Because again, it's like a lot of stuff. Change all progress bars to use rich. Oh no! Oh. Wait, these DLC is true? Oh, well, that'll do that. That'll do it. Failed there. Okay, so that's fine. Let's skip to 4. Oh, there's actually people here. Hello, random people. I hope you're all having fun. This is, this is, like I said, I don't really have, I don't have like an agenda right now. But I am just kind of trying to get back in the groove. Sort of, this is like a teaser. So I'm just kind of running the code that generates like videos, like these kind of videos up here. And just, the plan is to basically start streaming on Thursday afternoon Eastern US time. This time-ish, roughly speaking. And see where that gets us. And again, oh, come on, man. First image, cam list. What are we doing? What are we doing here? What? What? Interesting. Alright, well, debugs. I'm just finding bug after bug. Ugh. This very much is not ready for prime time. This code base. Yeah, but I'm gonna like it's going out into the world on July 22nd. No matter what, that's what's gonna happen, and it's gonna be, like, I think for that, like, the goal for me for July 22nd with this sort of release of this thing is not enterprise ready code, which is a term that I learned. Enterprise ready software, where I believe the term enterprise ready means like able to be used by a large number of people. We're not shooting for that by July 22nd. We are shooting for something that can produce a good sort of like post, like for like your Reddits and your whatnots. Yeah, and then I think once I sort of release this to the world, that's sort of on a larger scale, even if it's not ready to be used, it's sort of like the promise is there, and kind of like you kind of see where it's going, and then the work sort of continues, but in a more public space. So like right now, like me and my lab have been kind of working on this kind of like under, like, in like small scale, like in cottage industry style, like we're just working on it on our own, and I think we've done a pretty good job. But what am I saying? And I think that, like, if I were to wait until it was ready for like that, because like the dream, the goal, the motivation here is a motion capture system that literally anybody can use. Like you don't need to have technical training. You don't need to be good with computers. You don't need to know how to program. You don't need to know what GitHub is. You just find it, run it, and it's poof, boom, you're mocapping. And then the idea is that once you're doing that, then you can learn all that stuff from a space where you're already doing cool stuff. But realistically, that's hard. That's a hard goal. I'm realizing more and more that, like, shockingly, user interface design is hard. And like it's much easier to get code up and running. Oh, look at me go. Yeah, it's much easier to get code up and running for like specialized, dedicated people than it is for getting it running for general population. Boom, there we go. Look at that. Look at me go. And I am a very much the kind of person who gets sort of stuck in like perfect world thinking, where it's like, well, but like, well, if I wait another month, then it'll be better. And oh, maybe when it's ready. Thank you. I'm glad you think so. Just imagine what it'll look like in a year, or 2, or 5, or 10. That's that guy, the Pog. Yeah, so, but I think if I can just sort of get it ready, just get it kind of into the world. Yeah, that's the guy. um, then it can be, we can work sort of in the open. So, like I'm gonna shift around the Discord server to be more focused on this stuff because the Discord server is not really doing much. It's cool because it's like it pings to this channel, and I know. Look, I think I think a couple of y'all sort of find your way here from those pings, which I appreciate. Hello, but I think I'm gonna like sort of like shift the focus because like when I made that Discord server, I guess I had a kind of a plan, but I didn't really know what it was. Like the original motivation behind this stream and that server was trying to look for ways to sort of open my research program, right? Like I'm a professor, researcher, whoever, and I operate, in the ivory tower, and like I am strongly encouraged to just keep doing that. And I was trying to find ways to like do, my research, whatever, in a more public way. But I didn't really know what that meant at that point. I was just like, well, let's just start streaming, start sharing, and see where it goes. And then this free mocap stuff kind of came out of that. Like it grew out of that. And now like so the server, which we can take a look at. Here we go. I'll put you over here. You keep doing your thing, that guy. A lot of this stuff was just, this server was sort of created. It was literally a clone of my like standard lab server. But it's just not really appropriate. Like there's too much stuff here. Like it's not super clean. So I'm gonna be I'm gonna switch this like Human Research Labs, like my name or whatever. What am I saying here? Okay, what am I doing? Sorry, I was just checking a message. So yeah, so I'm gonna change the server to like free mocap, and then it'll be kind of more dedicated to that project. And then all these, there's a lot of people who have found their way on here, which is awesome. But I just kind of feel like this is like a resource that I'm not really utilizing. Like I'm not really, there's no content here, and like realistically, I was trying to do something where I was kind of like trying to double up on my lab server because I didn't really have a model. Yeah, you're for somewhere. Where you at, Zeka? There you are. You're just vibing. That's what Zeka's doing. But yeah, so I think this server is going to kind of be, it's going to be shifted. They're going to drop a bunch of these. I've just learned so much since originally doing this stuff. Yeah, this was 9/29. What is 9? September of 2020. We are almost a year ago, actually. So I'm gonna be, what was I saying? Yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna like sort of start making more public posts of this stuff, because right now, like, Zeka et al. You're really the only people that I'm like showing this stuff to on this Twitch channel, and I think I'm gonna start spreading that out more widely. And that's going to be Reddit posts. It's going to be on the Discord server. It's going to be Twitch, not Twitch, Twitter. I think I'm going to make like a subreddit about just for posts like this, which like I feel like with my sort of expectation on how a post on this stuff would do. Yeah, like I think so. Like that's kind of like in my experience. Zeka, did you find me originally through like that Reddit post about the walking thing? That's possible. I think a lot of, I mean, pretty much everybody on this server came through Reddit. Yeah. So hi. So you made it. And And so my experience is when I make posts like that, there's kind of this like huge spike of interest that doesn't last very long because the internet has no memory. And I guess now that I think about it, this channel, that server, were really my first attempts at like, thank you, glad you liked it. But like I've made posts like that in the past, and it just kind of happened. I was like, holy shit, that was weird. But I didn't really make any effort to like capture any of that attention to sustain it into the future. And this was sort of my first pass at that. The last post I made, and it kind of worked, but I didn't really. I personally didn't have anything that would really benefit from like public engagement. Now I think I do. I think that this project is kind of getting to the point where it can be shared in a way that is like meaningful in a lot of different ways. And so like, it might be people like what was that group you mentioned? Corridor Digital. Like, it might be people that are like trying to use this to mocap stuff. It might be people who are like programmers that want to just like join an open source project. It might just be like other researchers that I know, or it might just be like internal lab people posting stuff. And I think if I kind of like set a sort of loose schedule around sort of posts, because like what I know about the internet is that like if you post the same thing twice in a row, the internet doesn't like it. The internet really likes novelty. So you kind of have to expect that like if you the first time I post this on a data is beautiful type of thing, if I sort of play it right, I'll expect like a big spike in interest. It'll fall, and if I post a similar thing like a week later, it'll get a little bit of interest, but nowhere near the first. So it'll be like spike, and then over time, if I do it every week, they'll get bored of it. To the point, if I post something like this every week, within like the third or fourth week, some people will be upset, which is fine. It has to be, but there's enough. It's fine. But I think if I have mechanisms in place to kind of like capture the interest of, because like a lot of the internet's just there for it's going to be on GitHub. That's going to be sort of where, that's going to be like where the actual code work is happening. And then there's going to be a sort of a Blender add-on, which I've already kind of worked on but hasn't been updated. And then after that, it's going to be, sort of like iterative improvements, right? So like improving the, right now it's like being run like straight from source on like VS Code, but like we're going to build it into a GUI system. It's going to be, add more interactive elements to this so you can turn stuff on and off. What else are we going to do? Like do more kind of analysis style thing. Because then like there's also like the really fun stuff for me, which is like actually starting to use this for research, which was always been the goal. And so I think the plan is to kind of start utilizing, so basically I think it's at a point right now, realistically it's been at a point where it's going to start being appropriate to like have that kind of development be open and sort of like start building a community of people who are users or developers or just sort of interested parties, so that this project can become kind of what that original dream was, which was sort of like a public, open, decentralized iteration of the kind of the research that I do as a professor. And won't that be fun? I hope. I think so. Yeah. And then there's like, the future stuff where like I'm like, this becomes like an educational platform and all sorts of fun things. What am I gonna do? I wanted to do something else. We'll see. One thing I've kind of learned, like at this point in my life, I've like done enough things in enough ways that like you always try stuff and it never quite works out. But you always learn something and then you just come back again and do it better the second time. Where's the media pipe thing? I don't know if I have it on my... Media pipe? Media pipe? Media pipe? Oh, yeah, well, there you go. Oh, there we go. Media pipe. Enter. Ooh. I just want to show you off one thing. Yeah. That little gooey thing with the black background, that's PyQt. That's PyQt 5 and PyQt. What's it called? PyQt Graph, which is awesome. Check this out. Let's see. Activate. FM. Yeah, sure. No. Ha. Python-m pyqt graph dot examples. Huh? Ah. Yeah. I don't know how to program. So this is PyQt Graph. It's built off. It's off. PyQt 5 is the default, but it's got these other backends. But it's kind of like. It's a bunch of different stuff for. Like. Various. Like, look at this. This is so cool. And the coolest thing about. So, like, this is just like. It's like. This is using OpenGL rendering. Right? Isn't it cool? Here's something super cool too. Check this out. So like this code is running this little widget thing. So like when I ran PyQt graph.examples, it opened this console. And so you can like, I don't know, like let's see, what do I do here? Let's close this and let's do scatter plot. Right, so like this is showing like how ridiculously fast it is because there's so many dots here, relative to like matplotlib, which is super slow. But you can do things like, let's just change the color there. So now you can run the edited code. Click on that, and now it's like this has like my edits incorporated in it. So like, I just think that's super cool. Both just for a lot of reasons, both because of what it is, but also just like this way of sort of like presenting this project to people is so cool because there's so many of these things, right? So I can go through any one of these and like, oh, what's this? And click on that, and then it shows the code right here, and then it shows this widget, which is awesome. And so if I want to make something like this, I could just check their code and figure out how they did it. And so like just kind of like pull and mix and match. This is PyQt Graph, Kylie, and it's super cool. So you just would let's see, PyQt Graph, PyQt Graph. So like if you, pretty much you install it, standard pip install or conda, whatever, and then run just in the command, the terminal, python-m pyqt graph.examples, and this thing pops up, and you can do, just look at it. Look how cool it is. Super cool. It's like just one of these things where it's like, just like, man, that's it's just like a good example of a lot of stuff. Also, like they're super responsive on their GitHub. Like I ask questions on their like GitHub issues and get like, you know, responses sometimes within an hour. So, and yeah, that animation thing you were seeing that I showed before is based off of this guy. I basically just like, you know, cribbed their code to make that animation. So it's cool. because like this is the code that generates this. What a great sort of interface. But I have to go, but I wanted to show you also. Let me in there. Check this out. Check this out. Oh wait, it's not gonna like it because I'm using my camera. I'm gonna turn my camera off, but I'll be back. Let's see, Logi webcam. Turn off. I don't know if that counts as turning off. I think it's still seeing it. Transfer group, hide, remove, rename. Just like stop. Can I just pause? It'll be fine. Goodbye. Okay, now watch this. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Wait, no, you can't see that. Sorry. That's me. Ah. I'll move the camera back over here. It's got feet. Can't figure out my feet. Yeah, this is called Media Pipe. It's the cool thing about Media Pipe. There's a bunch of cool things about Media Pipe, but like a lot of what is now, hold on. What is now here? There. Wait, hold on. That. This is using OpenPose, which is an older tracking software, but I think it's like way slower. Like this is like more or less real time. Whereas OpenPose runs at like 1 frame per second, if you're lucky. But I have a suspicion, which we will soon be in a place to test this suspicion, but I have a suspicion that OpenPose is more accurate. Because oftentimes, like I've said many times, folks like your Kylies is probably sick of hearing it, but like a lot of these tech companies are just so focused on speed that they don't really worry so much about accuracy. But also this is the kind of technology that's underlying like your Snapchat filters and any of that sort, any filter that like changes your face or like tracks your hand, like is using something like this under the hood. Maybe not this exactly. So, and I think that's another sort of angle for the free mocap stuff is like even if you're not in a position to use the full like multi-camera reconstruction stuff, like I think this is the kind of thing that you can get people interested in because like this type of technology has become such a standard part of our like experience on the internet. We are no longer impressed by things that track your face and put an overlay on it and like which is cool, but like it's weird that it's become so ubiquitous, but like they sort of go like these your TikToks and your Instagrams and your Snapchats and your whatnot, like they rely on this stuff, this kind of technology, but they don't really make any. That's actually they have a vested interest in making sure people don't understand it because that's the business model, and I want to push back against that because just fuck that. Okay. I think hold on, I gotta turn my camera back on. Video capture. Hello. There I am. Hi. 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 Okay. Hey, what's up, Mycon? You're just in time for me to leave. But yeah, I'm just doing like a quick shakedown. This is the mocap stuff is moving right along, and I guess in the spirit of signing off, I'll be back here next week, roughly around this time. Late after, 4 to 5ish afternoon, Eastern U.S. time, Thursdays. And as I mentioned before to other folks, my plan is to basically do like once a week streams on Thursday afternoons, and then in preparation for a Reddit post / public repository release on the date that I'm increasingly convinced will be July 22nd. And got a lot of work to do before then, but we'll do it online. So keep your eyes open. Check it out. And thanks for popping back. Thanks for remembering who I am. Yeah, nice to see you guys again. I'm glad I was, I sort of just like today I was like, I just got to push the button and start streaming and just, get used to it again. So it's nice to see some friendly faces show up. Friendly usernames, I guess. So I'm happy that, yeah, I did change my name. I was Professor Laser, which, like I mentioned, it wasn't really serving. People kept getting confused about what thinking I studied lasers. Thanks, Zeka. And also, like, I figured this was a good sort of, like, I kind of like go through cycles with this, and I think I'm kind of set up wanted to like attach it, like use my real name to sort of attach this to my like actual self. Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm going to go. But thank you all for showing up, and I will catch you next week. It is more professional. I'm a very professional person. Okay. Bye. Wait, how do I get out?